We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Throw them in the back and let the livestock fuck up.
Oh, yes. Here we go, kids. It's another drunken sacred drink wrap.
Drink wrap. Yep.
And I've got a big ass steaming cup of Joe right next to me and a big old plate stacked up with bakiyaki, and I'm ready to rock.
Oh, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Who are you, man?
I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer. And who are you guys? Who are these two unknown
I'm
assholes?
Koala, and I'm very smart.
Yeah, I was gonna do ladies first, damn,
All right.
I botched it up last time.
it was a botchy.
I'm really low. Can I botch it up?
Bachiyaki? Yeah.
Yes.
It's all good, kids. All right, so
Man.
it's Saturday night. We got our what is everybody's in hand? I did get a couple brews.
Oh, you did?
I figured it was the occasion, man.
Oh, okay.
I got to do an
I thought you
improv
had a cup
tomorrow.
of Joe.
But that's a cup of Joe,
Joe Biden's adult diaper.
cup of Joe Beers at the corner store. I'm drinking cheap ass shit like usual.
What are you drinking, man?
I'll just say it has ice at the end of it. And
Ooh, Camel Black
Molson
Ice.
Ice.
Oh, Molson, no Molson.
What
That-
that Camel Black Ice?
No, that requires the Camo Black. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's about it. The cheap ass malt hit you in the head
Nice.
stuff.
Well,
I'm sure I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
You got it, man. PBR, dude.
And I know what Koala's doing. Koala's
I think
got
I do
the
too.
Lagunitas.
You do not. I've got a New Year's
Oh.
resolution, and well, actually, it's not really a New Year's resolution. I just preferred some wine tonight, so
Shit.
actually, a client of mine gave me a couple bottles of this beautiful Saint Francis Zinfandel,
Ooh.
and so I'm doing that.
Oh wow. So
No.
it's not Franzia like I would go. Not
No.
not the boxed wine.
No, it was a lovely gift, and so I
Nice.
thought, you
Awesome.
know what? Let's do that.
Crack that
do that.
open. Why not?
Yeah.
Have
Yes.
some wine while we all whine about the problems of the day.
So,
Exactly.
And Louie, I'm sure.
Louis,
drinking-
what are you drinking, man?
I have a winter spiced cranberry Sprite.
Nice.
Nice.
What?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Wait, they've got a winter.
I thought it.
Now I've heard of the cranberry Sprite. I actually love the cranberry Sprite.
I've never tried it.
I love the cranberry ginger ale and the cranberry Sprite, but winter spice, is it like a new take on it?
But I guess it's only offered in winter over here.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well,
It's
Never
not
even
much.
heard.
It's just cranberry Sprite.
Yep, that's pretty much what it is. But
I've never
cranberry is
even
good.
heard of the cranberry Sprite.
I've never heard of that either.
Really?
Nope.
They have
No.
cranberry Canada Dry as well. Cranberry.
You know what it is?
It comes around this time of year. It is
Si-
definitely seasonal.
Since I've cut
Okay.
soda out of my diet, I think that's why I've never heard of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just
He's cut soda out of his diet.
Since I've cut soda out of my
Since I went gluten free.
so there's a new burger at McDonald's. Well,
there's no soda in my diet. Now who's the smartest person in the room? Fuck faces.
I get the gluten free bakiyaki. That's what I do.
Wow.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah. So what do we got? What what people got to
All
bitch
right,
about? Let me
man.
guess. It has to do with paratransit.
Nope.
Oh, holy shit.
Doesn't have to do with paratransit.
Whoa.
Doesn't have to do with paratransit.
I don't know if we're ready for that.
CRC.
You know what it was?
TRC.
Here's the deal, man. I had to call 911 for a coworker this week.
Oh shit.
What?
So
Ooh.
yeah, my assistant, she comes
Oh
in
shit.
and she's having trouble breathing. And she's making all kinds of sounds, and I'm going, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, what's going on with you? And she's like, I gotta catch my breath. And she's breathing heavy, and this is going on for, this shit, usually there's sometimes, because she does have COPD, but after a period of time, once she's
Yeah, once she's tired of being over dramatic. I'm sorry.
But no, this shit actually just ran for, it was going on 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, this isn't good. So I'm like, I'm calling 911. And she's like, no, don't call 911. I don't need 911. That's not necessary. And she's like arguing with me. And I'm like, no, I'm calling fucking 911. She's like, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm like, no, you're not. So anyway,
she's like, oh shit, I bullshitted too much. Now what do I do?
Right. Well,
it's funny, Cruz. You said COPD, and then you said something about drama, and I thought of something like constant occupational pressure drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it, man. That was good.
I like the COBS pretty the cobs.
Right.
So anyway,
COBD drama. Yeah.
Eventually the paramedics did come. They did take her to the hospital. It turns out she had the flu. And I guess with COPD that, when you have a flu, it affects it differently, whatever. But she came back from the hospital about 2 hours later and she was a new person. I mean, she was up and moving around. They gave her that, what's that steroid? Prednisone. Yeah. So they gave her that and then gave her a bunch of other shit that they prescribed for her. But here's the deal. I guess my whole point with this is I've known like several people in the last couple of weeks that when they have a health issue, rather than thinking about the health issue, they're more concerned about the financial aspect of everything.
Well, that's kind of scary that's the way, but dude, it's bad, man.
I know.
It's fucking so bad to the point that you will be literally in debt for the rest of your life just by going to a fucking.
Hey man, not everybody's balling out of control, man, like you.
Well, no, but here's the thing, though. But your health, bro, that comes. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'll go to the hospital and hey,
I get it.
I can't if I can't pay it, I won't. I'll just hey, sorry guys, but you got to see me. You know what I mean? I mean,
I get it, but I know someone who's having cancer treatments. And they have insurance, which is great, but the actual cost of the procedures is $49,000 a month.
Oh, and that's insane. It's fucking insane.
Batshit crazy. Like
yeah, absolutely. And this is where I get a little Bidenotic, man. This is where I'm kind of like,
I think
maybe socialized medicine might be a good idea.
No.
Well, why do you say that? But
because the costs of medicine have gone up because of insurance and the administrative costs of that.
Insurance
so the whole exactly, because they have to employ all of these people, they have all of these loopholes, a lot of the malpractice, it's skyrocketed the cost of medicine. And HMOs were designed also, like your Kaiser system and other things like that. They were designed as business models to make more money out of medicine. And so
that's bullshit. I should be doing that.
So it's actually one of the worst things. And I will speak to this because one of the things that massage therapists really would like is to be covered by insurance. I fight that all the time because if we get covered by insurance, we have so much less time to treat clients
because you have to deal with all the bullshit,
all the paperwork. And then unless you hire someone to deal with the paperwork, and then you have to put your codes through, you have to do all these things. I'm sorry, but socialized medicine is not the answer because other countries do it. And here's what happens. In England, they have socialized medicine,
right?
But Canada, they still can tell you what they will cover and what they won't. It doesn't mean they'll cover everything. Right. It means they will determine what is coverable. So say you need a certain procedure. Well, if the doctor, or actually the administrator, not the doctor, if the administrator says you don't need it, then you don't need it. And then this country, I deal with a lot of workers' comp claims. Well, I don't, my boss does, fortunately. But what I notice is the doctors don't get the final say. So if you have someone having nerve pain, their neurologist doesn't get the final pay. The doctor who is handling the claim, who could be a GP or a family doctor, as they call them now,
a PCP,
they can override the expert's opinion. So it's very administrative, it's very convoluted, and it's a lot of bullshit, and that's the problem.
So who's also, go ahead.
Well, there's a couple of things that are also at play there too with socialized medicine, especially with certain countries like Canada, where they are really pushing down on behaviors. So let's say you have a certain political view or a certain like leaning or whatever.
Oh,
and well, you're not, like they can put that kind of pressure on you. Also, there's also the other added twist of the pharmaceutical companies,
right?
Yep.
As I call them, because they have that raises the price of everything, because certain insulins and medications, we're talking thousands a month.
Well, see, this is what's crazy. People need these things to survive, man. You can't just gouge.
That's why they do it.
That's why they do
That's
it.
fucked up.
That's why the same thing with the transgender thing, because hey, if you have kids hooked on medication, once you're on those hormones, you can't get off them, right? If you know, and once you're on that shit, you have other medical problems that you have, so you have to hit the medication to deal with that. You know, you could say the same thing about the shots or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on, but it's broken. There's just no way. There's got to be something that we can do, because I mean, having taking an ambulance and it costing you $10,000 to take a fucking ambulance because you have
that's ridiculous. Totally fucking ridiculous.
Or you slip on a fucking, you slip on ice and you break your leg and you need it now boom, you're 10,000 in debt.
Yeah. Well, I don't give you see, and my thinking is I don't give a shit about the debt. I'll just be like, fuck it. I need to be seen. Let's get the health thing dealt with, and then I'll deal with the payment.
Well, I understand that, but believe me, that kind of shit causes psychological stress on you, which is a health problem itself. When you look at your fucking bill and you go, oh, well, the insurance paid for this much, but.
So I was hit by a car almost 4 years ago, and what they did, they took me to the hospital. The ambulance cost a separate thing, but the hospital itself, all the guy did was I told him where to x-ray, believe it or not. I told him to CAT scan my head because he didn't happen to see the huge goose egg on the side of my head.
How do you not see that?
Right. Well, he's like, oh, I didn't see it under your hair. I'm like, well, you're a fucking ER doc. So move the hair. And I had an x-ray. I had a CAT scan. I told them exactly where to do it. That's also separate bill, by the way. So the hospital itself, where I have this inert guy, a nurse who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and I spent 2 hours in that hospital, $11,000.
Damn. And that was for you. I don't know your insurance situation, but
no. I had a lawsuit because the woman, ran the stop sign, so it was covered. But I mean, the inept resident who saw me, his bill alone was $900 something. The one pill they gave me for pain, which I shouldn't have taken, was $100. One pill.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just for a pill?
Yeah, in the hospital. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So,
that's insane.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So actually, bringing our silent partner out there, Louie.
I was listening to all you smart people in the room.
Oh, he's getting educated.
Who is the smartest?
I know who the smartest ass is in the room. It's definitely between me and Max. So, no, but Lou, you might have a different take on it, Lou, because working in a psychological
mental health field. Yeah.
Do you still? I mean, I don't know if you had to deal with that yet, or have had to worry about that kind of thing. But what are your thoughts on that?
I have not. But in terms
your
of
wife's a nurse, right?
Yeah, my wife's a nurse, so that's one thing.
Yeah, so you definitely have a little bit of insight on that.
Yeah. We received the money from all you guys.
You guys keep paying those goddamn astronomical amounts. That pays for our cabin cruiser that we take out on weekends.
that pays for the fucking Taco Bell we got last night.
We can feed our duck dog all kinds of bakery goods.
Oh yeah!
I call his dog the duck dog.
Watch about my duck dog. She died. Remember? Yeah, come on, man.
Oh man!
Wow!
The first time I heard her barking, it sounded like a duck.
Your duck dog died? Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Did I miss something? Duck dog's dead?
I could have sworn that I told you last time.
I don't remember.
Can't remember.
Oh, duck dog is. Oh man, that's okay.
Well,
shit.
Duck dog died on November 17th.
Oh
yeah.
well.
Oh shit.
So Max, hopefully the foot. You take a moment to pull the foot out of your mouth there.
You know what, man? I think I'm just gonna duck under the desk.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
This wasn't what it was quacked up to
You
be.
know
I'll tell
what?
you.
Let's just take them in the back and let the livestock fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take him.
What
in the beak
are
and let
you
the livestock
talking
fuck
about,
him.
guys? I have no idea. Waddle you.
Oh, we were talking about the psychological effects. I would say that, yeah, I mean, you break, let's say that example of you breaking your leg, and then you owing a bunch of money because you have to pay for an ambulance, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that.
Yep.
And knowing dang well that you're living paycheck to paycheck, which
and you
most
can't
of us
work
are.
now because your leg's broken. So
you can't work. And if you were smart, which some people are and some people aren't,
Damn. Wow. Who was that directed at? I wonder.
I think any of us except Koala.
It wasn't directed at anybody. I just left it around.
It's going to be the comment. So
yeah. So some people don't take out disability insurance and things of that nature, or sometimes their work doesn't offer it, that sort of thing. Yeah. So now you're out a broken leg that you have to heal from, and you're out a bunch of money that you have to try to accumulate when you can't accumulate anything. Right. And so that's got to take a definite psychological toll.
But you know what? I don't give a shit,
people,
dude.
for sure.
For me, my thing is about getting better.
We know you don't give a shit, man.
I don't give a fuck. I'm like, especially when they send me those medical bills, those motherfuckers go in the shredder, dude. I never pay those bitches.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is, though, I thought I wouldn't give a shit, and until I got my settlement, it actually pushed me a lot to push forward to get that settlement, because I did give a shit, because I'm not someone that neglects responsibilities, and then it actually just made me feel like more.
And neither does Max. He's claiming that he does. He's claiming that he doesn't care, but he does.
Well, to a degree.
But it makes you feel more. I don't know. I mean, how do I even say it? It's like, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but it does. It makes you feel smaller, I guess, because you're having to compound this, with that.
It creates a cognitive dissonance. There we go. Now we're using some big old terms.
Wow.
It creates a cognitive dissonance where basically, you're like, I'm super responsible, but yet I'm in this situation where I can't be responsible and pay for this stuff.
Right.
So now I got to go fight for a settlement to get some insurance money to pay for this stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like
it's
and just being in debt in general is just because it's scary shit sometimes. Like, they can come after you. They can literally dock your pay if you don't pay the shit back, if you don't have the insurance, or even the insurances that doesn't cover certain things, because insurance is great, but you still have to pay a lot of shit for insurance. It's not like you're just like, oh, I'm insured, everything's paid for.
Well, for me, it comes out of my paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I know, but even certain.
But what Max is saying though.
Oh yeah.
What Max was saying though, I know he might have been kidding around, but he was saying that sometimes, sometimes people are just like, this thing is so insurmountable, I'm just going to throw it away. I'm going to ignore it.
You know what? Because my thing is the health. The health is what's important. I think. Fuck the other shit.
Right, and that makes sense. That does make sense. But it's almost like sometimes that taking care of your health, which is the important thing. If you're not alive, you're not going to be able to pay that debt.
Yeah, no kidding. Exactly.
If you're not able-bodied anymore, you're not going to be able to pay that, afford to pay that debt.
Absolutely.
And so and definitely taking care of your mental health as well is important.
Or another
at the same time, I was thinking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking, sometimes hospitals, or most of the time, hospitals have things called it's called bad debt, or they basically like build in the fact that some people aren't going to be able to afford to pay for it,
right?
And they're just going to say, we're just going to chalk it up to bad debt, and some people will throw those letters away, and some
I am one of
will
them.
Forgive those debts.
I was not kidding. I actually, because I have insurance, so when they say, well, your insurance didn't cover this, so you're now responsible for it, I'm like, well, suck my dick. I came in there with insurance. But the fact the insurance won't pay, that's between y'all and Paul.
But the fact is that's not how
it works, man.
Well, that's how it works for me.
You can actually pay like a few dollars as long as you're trying to pay a little bit. Well, it fucks up your credit. But if you're not trying to buy a house, it doesn't matter.
I'm not trying to buy
a house. The thing
is,
the building in actually affects the people that are paying, though, because when you have that, where you're doing that, Max, what you're doing is you're actually increasing.
You're messing it up for everybody else.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, because they're building it in because a lot of people do exactly that. They go, well, I'm not going to buy it I'm not going to buy a house. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And then of course there's undocumented, or as I like to say,
well,
illegal,
there's that. Oh, now you bring up another point.
That do that because they do the same thing. You have to be treated when you go to a hospital. They have to treat you.
Exactly.
So a lot of people treat it as their doctor's appointment. So that's a whole different thing.
Well, that's why they go to the emergency room instead of an actual doctor's appointment because
right, because they have to be treated.
Well, you got to, but now you bring up another point. You know, these illegals can run around here and get all kinds of free healthcare and shit. You know, well, how come as Americans we're not fucking granted some of that same shit?
Because they're undocumented, so there's no. They know they're not buying a house. They know they're not doing. So they're. But when you go to a hospital, they have to treat you.
Yeah,
they can't turn you away.
Yeah, and
so that's what they do.
And Max, I don't think you understand. Insurance does not mean just you have insurance, everything's paid for. That's
well, and I get it, but sometimes
that's the problem with it. Is it's fucking you have to look at what's paid
it is
for
convoluted.
And what's not. It's convoluted. So when you say, "Oh,
listen to the smart guy, Max. Listen to the smart guy, Max. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, I mean,
come on, smart guy, tell me about it. But no, I get it. You know, the insurance won't cover everything, but it's just like, you know, hey, if the insurance fights with you on it, that's not my problem. My name's, you know, I don't own Sierra Health or Health Scope or any of those fucking companies. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a say in why do I get penalized? You know what I mean?
That's part of the problem. It's so goddamn complex that all you really want is them to cover your fucking bills if you fucking hurt yourself. That's all you really want. But it's never that simple. Like that, and that's part of the problem is that, and they get you on that. They go, well, if you would have read Section 3.
Well, that's why I got out of the years ago. Why I got out of doing any kind of insurance billing for clients. My boss does it now, which I let him do it if he wants. But we don't do. We actually all he does is provide a bill, like super bill with the codes, but the clients still have to pay cash, and that's the best way to do it. Because I learned 20 years ago what they would do is they'd get you you know, Mary would authorize treatment for so and so, and then I would do so many treatments, but then by the time I billed it, John was now the claim agent, and so John didn't actually authorize it. So you know, technically I'm owed the shit, but they know I'm not going to fight it because the legal battle will take more money than my taking the loss.
So then you're cut. Yeah,
exactly. So I just about 20 years ago said, fuck it. I'm not going to do that. It's a totally fucked up system.
It's a very fucked up system. See, my chiropractor does the same thing where it's just, they don't take insurance anymore. It's just straight up, you know, cash. You know what I mean? That's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, so instead of saying, oh, it's going to be $4,000 for me to shove a scope up your butthole and see what was
it's a goddamn mess, and it's only benefiting, just like most everything else, the people that are actually at the top and fucking screwing everybody else.
Giant pyramid scheme, medical pyramid scheme.
Yeah, and it's especially with the pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical companies.
Well, it's fucking crazy. And these people aren't drug addicts, you know, the ones I'm talking about. These are just people that needed fucking medical attention. I could see if you're some, you know, some pillhead that's, you know, oh man.
Well, let's talk about pillheads. So a lot of times pillheads get caused by that same system.
Well, the doctor told me to take this for 3 weeks. And I'm addicted. And
what they do is they say, they don't say, please don't take it. Some doctors will tell you to chase the pain. Right. So chase the pain. Don't let the pain get you. So take it every 4 hours. What it does is dopamines actually, as taken, your brain stops producing the natural dopamines that it normally produces. So when you go off, everybody is a candidate to be addicted. It's not, it's maybe some people are more likely to, but everybody, if they take it long enough, will be addicted because they stop getting. So then you try to stop taking the Norco or whatever you take, and you don't have the natural dopamine dispensation into your body that you used to have, and so now you're feeling more pain than you did before you started.
And you wonder what the fuck's going on, and then you go to the doctor for that, and they give you something else for that.
They prescribe more shit.
And that's even worse. Even worse for fucking anxiety and their psychological problems.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Even worse with SSRIs. Those things are fucking awful, and no one tells them, oh yeah, take these Xanax, and then
your benzos.
That's fucking insane.
That's how my brother died. You know, like you don't want to be taking benzos uninstructed. Like,
I don't think it should be, that shit's fuck those things, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible
I mean,
stuff.
but they'll tell you, you can.
Benzos and alcohol are a deadly combination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't really emphasize that, and people take that shit all the time together.
Yeah. Yep. Well, even benzos and grapefruit juice, right?
Really? Grapefruit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's a grapefruit and Xanax. It's a side effect. It causes weird side effects. You don't want to take certain things.
For
with
one,
them.
Who would ever drink grapefruit juice?
Well, I like grapefruit juice. Thank you very much.
You like fucking see that tells that hey Louie, that definitely puts him down at the bottom. He likes grapefruit juice.
I like grapefruit juice. I like grapefruit.
That aftertaste is fucking
what
awesome.
you gonna say now?
But shit like that, where it's so serious that grapefruit fucking juice is a side effect.
Well, it's so serious that people don't, like I said, they don't realize you cannot stop taking that shit, and that's what they want.
It makes you it ramps your anxiety up so much when you get off of that shit that they have to titrate you off, and they don't tell you that, and people freak out. And I mean, it's because crazy. I think here's my medical deal. I think general practitioners, as I will always call them, as opposed to family doctors, because that's bullshit. General practitioners, I don't think should be allowed to prescribe that shit. Anything mind altering, I don't think they should be allowed to prescribe it. I think it should be psychiatrists or people who have an understanding, maybe neurologists, but because they don't understand what the fuck they're doing. It's not like prescribing an antibiotic.
Right.
Well,
so physicians are
the same thing. So I was actually speaking to a client about this today, and basically, when it comes to some of those medications, I honestly think that doctors are doing experiments. It's like, let's see if this works, and then if it doesn't work with a certain
try this,
because antibiotics are antibiotics. Like they work pretty much with everybody, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So, but a certain like say an SSRI or something like that won't work or will make them maybe zombified instead of actually living life, right? They won't be living life. They'll be kind of in a state of trance. And you got to be aware of that and say, hey doc, this is not working. I need something else because this has got me all zombified.
Well, and that happens all the time.
But the problem is, if it takes the anxiety away, then they're like, I don't give a shit at this point, because anxiety can be really, really fucking rough, especially now. Like,
but I try to talk to my clients, like, if you're going to think about doing medication, because I'm not anti-medication, but I'm more pro talk therapy than I am.
You have to be able to deal with your anxiety through meditation or through just realizing what it is. It's a natural thing. Anxiety is a good part. It's a natural part of human existence. Yeah, it's anticipation. Basically, you're anticipating the future.
I always call it. I call anxiety the thing that gets you off your ass and gets you to go do
it's
stuff
called life
to take care of things.
It's absolutely necessary.
Well, and it's just that roller coaster. You got to ride it, dude. There's no getting around.
And even with pain, like I'm not opposed. I always tell clients, don't feel bad if you have to take medication, but the thing is, don't go right to it.
Right. Shouldn't be a go.
You may be able to. Let's see if we can do something else. Don't take the gabapentin because you've got a shoulder pain, because actually the gabapentin can depress you to the point where depression actually inhibits the healing process. So of even with soft tissues, because the brain controls the fascial system, right? And everything else. So, I've seen clients that, take gabapentin and,
oh dude, I'm sitting at the beginning of the race and she's like halfway done, so it's all good.
I think she's gonna pilot this motherfucker, huh?
We're all intelligent in our own ways.
I know, I'm just fucking
except Maxwell.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm not the one paying the medical bills, god damn it.
Yeah, but you drink grapefruit juice and we gotta
Yeah, and you're messing it up for everybody else who pays the medical bills.
Yeah, you're just going to the rum run every Friday, drinking 12, 18 beers. Like,
waving his bills around. I'm like, look what I threw in the trash.
But you see, but look, but that's why I'm healthy, because I drink that alcohol, cleans out my system. You know,
Yeah, my prostate's the size of a baseball, but damn
it. Hey, man. Actually, yeah. No. So anyway, let's continue. So you were Koala. You were talking about the anxiety, medications and things.
Well, some of I don't remember what I was saying, but
Louie probably has a lot of ideas about that as well, since from all that.
Well, yeah,
shit.
and you were talking about gabapentin,
gabapentin,
or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
and it can cause depression.
It can cause suicidal thoughts. Yeah.
Damn.
And some people, because it's a seizure medication. It's also, it's used for a lot of things, but it's prescribed willy-nilly now by physicians because it does affect the brain. They say it affects nerve pain. It does not, in my opinion. It does not do that. It can on a level, but it does not take care of the issue, the pain that you have. So every client that I've treated who's on it has side effects and exhibits very little progress in their in rehabbing their condition. And the smart ones go, oh, that's not working. Let's titrate off of that. But the other ones go, oh, that's not working, but it's supposed to work. Let's stay on that. And then they start getting really, really either depressed or super looped out of their mind. And because it's seizure medication, guys. That was what it was originally designed for. And also
I trip out on all these medications that, they have what they're intended to be used for. And then they have, well, you can use it off label for this. And you're like,
like, by the way, you can also use it for that.
Yeah. Well, and in theory, you could on a very specific case. And that's why I don't like general practitioners, family doctors, prescribing shit like that, because they don't know. A psychiatrist or a neurologist or somebody who's a specialist can say, you know what? Well, morphine is great for in low doses. My dad took it for his lungs. And the reason he took it was not for pain, but it was because what it did was it slowed his breathing down. And he had idiopathic pulmonary disorder. That was very well done. But you can't just start prescribing morphine for like COPD
or Xanax for anxiety, because Xanax is one of the worst fucking drugs. It's fucking awful. If you've ever seen anybody trying to get off Xanax or even not taking one dose during the day, I have seen that shit. And it's fucking absolutely, lips blue, fucking seizures, fucking crazy shit. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then they'll give them gabapentin to help them get off the Xanax.
And they give them, and they're not doing like half a bar, or they call them bars,
Zanny bars or whatever. Yeah.
But they're doing fucking 2 or 3 a day, and they're prescribed this shit.
Ooh, shit.
And it's fat shit, man. He's not anxious anymore. Okay, but he's either comatose or he can't fucking function without it. Same thing with like Ambien.
I was just thinking of that too.
I've taken Ambien before. I'm not gonna lie, and I fucking, it's great. It's fucking amazing. You take it, half an hour later, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm not gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna be, and then you wake up 8 hours later.
Well, that you can get hooked on that, I'm sure.
Of course, because it literally you go, I can't sleep. Take a Xanax. Oh, I'm gonna lay down and just boom, you're done. 8 hours later, you wake up, you're good.
And you're like, dude, I should do that every night.
Yeah, it's like, wow. But
you can get up and do, like, I have a scar on my foot from after my brother passed. I took an Ambien this was a few weeks later, and I was just exhausted, and I took an Ambien. I don't normally take sleeping pills. I got up and I was like, how did I get this cut on my foot? And then I had a vague memory of getting up, pouring myself a glass of juice, dropping it, cleaning the glass up, and stepping on a shard and digging it out of my foot. Like, I had to retrieve that beyond like a blackout drunk, like where you're like, what did I do?
So it's almost like you're sleepwalking, sort of.
You're sleepwalking. People drive on it.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But it's fucking in terms of just like, oh, I want to sleep. Boom, wake up.
Oh yeah.
Boom, wake up. And so people are like, oh, it's amazing. But then you realize that if you stop taking it,
and then you have to up your dose.
Yep. Then you're fucked.
My sister's dose is, I don't know how high.
Wow.
She's hooked. Oh, she's a pillhead.
So if she's off, if she gets off of it, what happens? Like, could she be hospitalized?
No, she just won't sleep. She'll, I mean, I don't even know if she's still on it. She's on such a cocktail. Who knows?
Yeah.
She's on
some people that
gabapentin
just,
today
they
too.
love it. And they love, certain people love, well, my doctor told me.
Yeah.
No,
and
that's all she'll do.
Oh, yeah.
I've told her.
Told me to take this shit. Yeah.
Well,
that's what I was going to, I was going to conclude this whole thing by kind of saying that, it doesn't matter if it's a prescribed drug or a street drug. It's a drug, right?
Yeah.
It's a mind-altering substance. And, some people are natural drug addicts. I honestly think that I would be a natural drug addict since my parents were. So I try not to take too many medications that alter my mind, because I figure, oh, yeah, I'm going to be the first one to be screwed in that process. Mm-hmm. So, you kind of have to, you have to know yourself too. Like, can I manage to take, drugs, or have I had a past history of drug abuse or drug addiction? And if I have, I better watch what I'm doing, what I'm intaking into my body, and don't just trust some Dr. Schmo who got this MD and now all of a sudden it's something spectacular, is going to, give you this thing and is in a sense experimenting with what you can handle and what you can deal with.
Speaking of Dr. Go ahead.
Well, I had a question for you. So I have my sister. And do you think that some people are seeking that? What I'm trying to say is, like, I have a lot of ways that I'm healthy and some ways that I'm not. But I have a sister who, she'll have chronic pain, she'll get sick, and I say, why don't you do cryotherapy? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And she always chalks it up to, well, I don't do that crazy stuff you do. Now we're talking somebody who's 100 pounds overweight, always in pain, constantly getting sick, and has depression. And I'm thinking, well, the crazy stuff that I do
keeps me alive,
very healthy.
Right.
So do you think there's a subsidiary of people that, I don't know if they're addicts or what it is, but that they're actually craving, even beforehand, they want something that gives them that quick answer.
They crave the illness itself.
Yes, because
it gives them
an excuse to.
It could all be. It could be. Some of her pains could be psychosomatic. Like, so that she kind of like is like, well, I need something else to handle this one, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. She may, honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything. I don't know your sister from Eve, right? But
you can say whatever.
So far gone. She may be so far gone that she's just like, a drug is going to handle anything, and
that's right.
And what she sees it is for you for what is, I guess, the majority of the population call it alternative therapy methods. She sees that as crazy,
right?
But she probably hasn't had a therapist ask her, well, how is this whole medication treatment idea working for you? Because she would probably say, obviously it's not, because I'm still depressed. That hasn't been fixed. I'm still
because it's always a new one.
Hasn't been fixed.
Yeah.
Like because it'll work for a while, and then this is the new Latuda. It's the new drug, yay!
Oh,
and then all of a sudden that's not working, and then a year later, this is the new miracle.
But she's still on Latuda, and instead of getting off Latuda,
she'll switch Latuda, and then she'll go to the new one because it'll work for a while.
Because it's instead of actually using your willpower. And
now, is she playing doctor, or is she going to the doctor and the doctor saying, "Well, let's switch it up. Let's try." She's
going to the doctor, but what I would say she's not doing is the talk therapy.
I guarantee she's recommending certain medications, because they tell you that on the fucking commercials.
The TV. Ask your doctor. Yep, they do.
Like, tell your doctor, hey, I want this. Like, what kind
ask
of
your doctor
but
if this is right.
Never be asking your. asking your doctor about anything. They should be giving you shit. You should be asking them shit.
No, you should actually ask your doctor nowadays. You should actually ask your doctor
about medication. Hey,
yeah, absolutely, you should.
Well, a doctor should be prescribing what he thinks should work. He or she.
Yeah,
that's all a game, in my opinion, to get people to fucking.
If your doctor suggests prednisone and you're having pain, you ask your doctor about Toradol. That's what I'm saying. You need to have knowledge, because that one is not a steroid, and it actually is an anti-inflammatory, not a steroid, and it is non-narcotic, and it's a one-shot deal. And so that's what I tell people is steroid, like prednisone, cortisone, all of those things can destroy tissues. Definitely ask your doctor. Have a talk with your doctor. But the thing is, you don't want to be like, hey, you don't want a doctor to just, what you want to do is ask your doctor.
Well,
but you don't want your doctor to be like,
here's the problem though.
Sure.
If those companies are paying for his, trip to Cancun, the people that are, the prednisone folks, then of course he's going to prescribe the shit that they're paying him to prescribe, that they took him to the dinner for or whatever, man.
Well, yeah, but you want to get involved. That's why I like the idea of I think talk to your doctor. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a better way to do it, but you do want to have a dialogue with your doctor, because you don't want to just like, I'm sorry. I have clients who are doctors who are brilliant. Unfortunately, I've never seen them as a patient. I've had bad experiences as a patient, and it's when doctors think that they know more than I do. And I'd love to see their transcripts.
But not everybody has that wherewithal. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. Here's the deal about doctors, and this is the actual truth about any profession: lawyers, doctors. Remember,
shit and good.
There's a passing grade, and then there are good doctors.
Yeah.
So there are doctors who barely fucking pass that are doctors, and they're just in the same goddamn. You don't know at all. So people say, "Oh, he's a doctor." Yeah, but he graduated with a 2.9.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
But hey, he graduated. He graduated. That's all that matters, buddy.
But my point is, or they're not into it for like they're a doctor. Half those people get into the business because they want to get the kickbacks.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right. It's money.
Or they get
terrible.
Through.
Not half. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, no, I know.
That's a very negative way.
No, but it's true in a lot of cases. You know what I mean?
But you can get through school, and here's the sad part, because it's such an investment. You can get through school and think you're going to love doing this. I'm going to love this. This is going to be awesome. Going to be the best thing ever. And then you get in and you go, oh God, I hate this. I hate this. But I have invested so many years of my life into this.
You're stuck.
I got to stay with it.
Yep. You're committed. Yep.
And ethically, they should get out.
It's like me with nothing sacred. I just.
Well, because you're not as smart as I am.
I was like, God,
at first,
I didn't say anything about you. Wow,
that's true.
Koala draws first blood.
Ooh,
koalas are evil little animals.
See the horned owl. The horned owl landed in the trees, and the koala bit him.
Anything.
See, that's what it is, man.
That was all you.
The horned owl landed on the branch of her gum
I'm here
tree.
chewing on my bakayaki, sipping my cup of Joe.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's delicate. He's delicate now.
I am delicate. I need delicate. Hold on. Let me take my Xanax.
Better ask your doctor what's right for you.
Do you have your cat? Do you have your cat?
I do have my emotional. It's okay. Dead. But it's okay because
it
doesn't matter. Its life doesn't matter as long as it makes me feel better.
That's right. Okay, good. I'm glad you have your
stink a little bit, but then again, so am I because
Did you cook it?
Oh, I'm not yet.
Okay.
Well, if you do,
it's
you might have the Asian neighbors
time?
knocking on your door, man. Oh, smell good.
Okay, because I feel bad. I'd send you my cat, but it's not ready to harvest. And
it's a different form of bakayaki that he's chewing on right now.
It's gatoaki.
Gatoaki.
Here we go.
Well, we needed to lighten it up.
We did. Hey, I've actually got it. Let's shift some subjects. I actually have a subject I'm going to talk about.
Okay, kick it.
What the hell is this bullshit? I want everyone's thoughts about this. It's this notion of the different types of males. We've got the alpha male. We've got the beta male. We got the sigma male. We got these ideas of you got to be alpha.
Is there a sigma?
Yeah, what is a sigma male? What does a sigma male do?
Let's see if I can find it.
You're way up. You're way more up
I
on
know
this
the
shit than I
beta,
am, man.
like soy boy beta cock. I know that, but
yeah,
I don't
I've heard
know.
of the beta soy boys.
Whoa,
Whoa, wait a second.
I've heard of that.
Than you know. You know a hell of a lot more about that than you. Like I know about the beta cock. Okay, you know more than I do.
Well, no, I have heard the term beta male or soy boy or some shit
Just
like that,
ask you.
but I don't know what the fuck a sigma male is or an alpha.
Right, that's what I'm curious
Or
about.
what is it? Fraternity male? What does that mean? Like it's a. Damn, we do
A male that occupies outside a social or group hierarchy, a lone wolf or maverick, sigma male.
I'm a sigma male.
So,
well, you've heard it. You've heard of the idea of the alpha male, like you got to be alpha male,
be the man, be the
beta
controlling,
male, the alpha male. And all. So now they got the sigma, who's like, I'm outside. I'm the lone wolf. You know,
I don't fit in anywhere. I'm just part of it. I'm a nomad, bro.
It's
like they're just a loner.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that could be anybody.
Sigma.
I'm a sigma.
I think there's even delta.
I think it boils
omega.
down to what Cruise Control was talking about with labels.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's almost like you gotta be labeled something.
Yeah.
So,
you gotta have some kind of fucking on this.
Well, and you know, people do this with relationships too. Well, what are we? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Are we just fucking? Are we just? And it's just like, man, why the fuck has it got to be labeled all the time? Why can't it just be we hang out because we like each other?
Be what it is.
You know,
right? Be what it is.
And I understand sometimes you do need those labels. Obviously, it's how we exist in life. But
sure,
man, we're getting to the point where it's not about the labels about being special.
Dude.
It's about I'm this. Because you can label yourself something, you can make yourself special in that way. You know?
I got a term for that, dude. It's a medicine cabinet society. Everything's got a label on it, you know?
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty damn.
You like that? Now who's the smartest person in the room?
He moved up.
Damn.
He did it.
No.
He did it. Now I'm gonna move down and say, take him in the back and let the lights out.
Lucky I wasn't drinking when you did that, dude. Do they have the slowed version of that too? Like,
take them in the back and let the livestock fuck 'em.
Yeah, that's
there we go. That's it.
Version.
Take them in the back,
let the livestock fuck 'em.
Actually,
that almost sounds like a love song.
I was gonna say you guys had a little harmony. That was a duet, man. You guys are like Peebo Bryson and Celine Dion. Holy shit.
God.
Like Aaron Neville and Linda Ronstadt.
Oh yeah, Aaron Neville and Linda Ronstadt.
Look at this face.
Yeah. Look at this face. Look at these eyes.
Well, you got to do Linda Ronstadt. I don't know if you can do a Linda Ronstadt.
Never seen what matters.
There you go.
Look at this rings.
You know what? That was good because now we won't get a copyright strike. YouTube's gonna be like, "What the fuck was that anyway?" It couldn't have been that song.
Look at this face. You don't know your mama loves me.
Or you say, "You know the years are showing."
Years
Look at this life. I still don't know where it's going.
How does anyone like that voice?
He knows the song.
I don't know.
That's like no. It's look at this face.
Hey, you know what scares the shit out of me is I know these yacht rock songs now. I'm like, I know the lyrics to them. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like,
am I getting old?
Bagel and cream cheese,
dude,
and then you listen and you're like, wow, I love this song.
And then I'm like, whoa, dude, I'm kind of on the bagel and cream cheese music. Yo, I'm rolling.
That can't be a yacht rock song though.
No,
But
it's
it
I mean,
is.
that's
not-
no, like
no,
Billy
no.
Ocean,
That's
like
not yacht rock. That is
Queen.
no.
No, but
So I thought yacht rock
the
was just
same
bagel and cream cheese
dream.
music in general. So Billy
No,
Ocean.
no.
So Billy Ocean
Yeah.
is yacht rock, and
Yacht rock
Ronstadt
is
When
like
the
Kenny
hearts
Loggins.
that
Kenny Loggins is
has
yacht rock.
won.
Yeah. Toto is yacht rock.
Oh, Toto's totally. Yeah.
Which one? The slow one they do?
All of them. All of them.
I can't.
It's
be
all. It's
that one?
all of it is yacht rock.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I said. Like bagel and cream cheese music, I would just throw it all in the yacht rock category. Like even
You
if it's-
can't put Aaron Neville into yacht rock, and simply because he's been on Oprah, and it just doesn't work.
well, he's just a cucky dude. Like,
Yeah, it's because of the voice.
oh yeah, that voice. No, you're right. I do not like that voice. I'm like,
Take away my heaven.
He's trying to be
No,
made.
no.
everybody plays the fool sometimes.
It's so horrid.
I'm gonna fuck you in the butt. If you like the taste of my dick.
The worst is when he did the all babe. Oh, my free.
You can imagine him going like, "Girl, I want you to suck my cock."
Like, no.
Actually, I couldn't imagine him doing that. What if he said, "Throw him in the back and let the live
Throw him in the
soar"?
back and let the livestock
Who does the song? How can you mend a broken heart? That's not him, is it? How can a
No.
loser ever win? Dude, Aaron Neville's like, dude, Aaron Neville, we want you to sing this song for us, all right? Throw him in the back and let the livestock fuck them.
That's the only line we have.
Yeah, that's the only line we got for the song. If you want to add in some shit, you can.
You can,
Louie's like, all right.
How would a Michael Bolton do it?
Oh,
throw him in the back and let the
livestock
livestock
fuck 'em.
Throw. Michael Bolton.
Michael
Bolton is awesome.
Throw him in the back and let the livestock fuck 'em.
That almost sounds like Michael McDonald.
Throw him in the back and let the livestock fuck 'em.
There you go.
Yeah, that's actually where I was going. I
Yeah,
don't
there we
know.
go.
Throw him in the
other way.
back. Throw him in the back with the livestock fuck 'em. Michael Bolton be like,
Oh, Michael Bolton. Yeah.
livestock fuck 'em.
Throw him in the back and let the livestock fuck 'em.
Oh my god!
This is that part of the show, folks. We attempted to be serious, but I don't think.
Mute for a moment. I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be back in a second. Keep.
All right, we'll keep entertaining them. But no, cruise control's right though. Everybody, people want to put labels and timelines and shit on even relationships. They'll say things like, well, you've been seeing that person now for 5 months, you should be able to eat her pussy by now. It's just like, well, maybe we're moving a little slower. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people are moving at their own pace.
How do you know we haven't already? Like whatever.
Right, exactly. Well, why does it have to be? Why does it have to
Instagram.
be what's that? Instagram? Oh, and making it Facebook official, you mean?
Well,
That's another
I
one.
don't know. I feel like, and I've run into this with my crazy coworker, who's a bitch, that I realized. But she's borderline
She's an
or
alpha
something.
female.
Is she an alpha female?
No, actually I'm alpha. She's borderline.
Could she be Sigma? Could she be Beta?
No, she's a borderline personality. She clearly is.
So why would you consider yourself an alpha female?
Because she's scared of me. So But I don't think I am. I don't think I am an alpha female. I just cruise through life, but I don't take any
you
shit.
might be a Sigma female then.
I'm probably a Sigma, but but no, but the thing is, like, I noticed whenever she would confide in me about stuff, it was a lot about the timelines. Like, well, I've been dating this guy for 4 weeks, and then he didn't want to show up to the beach, and and I decided that, well, if I'm not your first priority, I'm like, well, sweetheart, no, you're way too intense. You're way too intense. Why are you making that relationship? It's a 4-week relationship. My parents were married for 54 years, and my dad would do shit like that all the time. It's like, that's what life is. Sometimes we're like, oh, I have another thing that just came up. Well, I should be your first priority. Not after 4 weeks. I'm going to tell you, if a guy did that to me, I'd freak out. I would totally freak out.
Right. Like if he got upset because you
did that to me, I'd freak out.
Yeah. You should, first of all, someone actually saying that in any situation, I should be your first priority. Sorry.
That's insane.
I'm my first priority.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
In all cases, doesn't matter. I have to take the care after myself. So someone actually say that to you, like, oh, I should be your first priority. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah. That's crazy.
And you shouldn't be. And your first priority is the priority of the day. So I might be my first priority all my life, but maybe if one of you needed me desperately and you called and you said, hey, I've got an emergency, blah, 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 blah. If I'm a good friend, I'm going to drop what I got. That's not a priority. Like going to the beach is not a priority over, oh my gosh, your basement's flooding,
or their work or something, or something.
Yeah. Something that is you look at the priorities by what is needed, not necessarily always who needs them.
Right.
I mean, and you do both, but I don't know. Well, Michael McDonald might need me to sing that song.
Michael McDonald.
Well, you know what? You keep forgetting. That's the problem.
I keep forgetting.
I don't love anymore.
Oh, say it all, babe. Oh, I can't forget it.
So
why does he keep forgetting?
I don't know. I keep forgetting.
He keeps forgetting they're not in love anymore.
Like, how do you keep forgetting that?
But
anyway,
because it's been so long. They've been together 6 years.
There's a guy who focused on somebody being his first priority.
There you go.
And he is fucked up.
And he keeps forgetting that she's no longer the first priority because they're no longer together, right?
Right. And she's over there going, did you get away?
Yeah. Like, okay, weirdo, we broke up like 3 weeks ago. But
okay, good.
What were you going to say?
Well, it could be that, all those little romantic songs, all jokes aside, might have created this whole situation where people are like, well, it says it in the romantic song, so that's what should happen.
Yeah,
you should
I think you're right.
True, man.
I think you're right.
The songs, all that kind of
songs,
bullshit.
Movies, books, all that kind of shit. Nora Roberts, you fuck things up. No, but you're right. There's all these, because now it's timelines and shit. Like, okay, even with my ex, people would say, you guys were together for 6 years and you didn't live together. No, we fucking didn't. I didn't want that. I did that on purpose, so, but there was always this guilt pushing bullshit. And people told me, you remember this, Cruise Control? One of my friends told me I should grow up. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should, but what does that have to do with?
Because it's like, if you don't feel like exactly. If you don't do a certain thing, that's all the societal pressures.
Yeah, there we go. It's a societal bullshit again with, well, it's been this long, you should be able to do this. It's been this long. And it's all these labels and fucking, like I said, timelines and all the other shit they want to stick on it,
Well, I grew up Mormon and I'm not anymore, but when I was 25, I remember I was at a family gathering and one of my uncles said, well, eventually when Jeannie finally decides to get married. And I said, and I went up to him and I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, you should do that. You don't, you need to be married. You're 25. And I was like, well, actually, I've been in a few relationships, and I decided that I didn't want to be married.
Oh
To
boy.
those people. So would you rather have me get married to somebody that is wrong, or would you rather have me look for somebody that's right? So, and it just shut him down. I'm just like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to. And it's very funny because most of my cousins who have gone through the whole get married at 19 and 20 and 22, most of them are divorced.
Well, that or they're unhappily married.
Yeah, exactly.
Even now, you know what I'm saying?
And a lot of my friends, that I knew who were in the Mormon religion as well, they're either in unhappy marriages or they're divorced.
Yep. That's what goes on there. And same thing. We have a mutual friend that's Mormon, and same deal. When he was in his 20s, I remember his parents were always saying, well, how come you're not meeting girls? How come you're not going out? How come you're not, and like I remember I was hanging out at his house one time and they were saying, well, why are you hanging out with Max when, why don't you have a girl over once in a while? And it's like, because he's just not in a circle where he's meeting women. You know what I'm saying? But it's that there is that pressure, especially in the Mormon religion, where they expect, that you want to, What
I really wanted to say to him was, well, last week I was down in LA and a friend of mine and I did some blow and we had a good time.
You'd be like, the guy, you're like, we did some blow. I fucked this dude, but he just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that just be like, well, Uncle, I want to try a variety of dicks. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
kind of like
I'm going to come at a different way. I'm going to come at a different way though, because I think biologically, and I think in a lot of ways, having a family and having a wife and having commitment in that way, it's fulfilling in ways that, like, because I don't have kids, but I know that people that have had kids, it changes you completely, which is one of the reasons why I haven't had kids.
That's a change I don't want.
But my point is
never wanted kids though.
That the purpose of us as beings in one way is to actually biologically is to fucking procreate.
To procreate, okay.
And so, but a lot of that has to do with the different roles of men and women. Yes, biologically, men are meant to provide and protect. In terms of biologically, that's what we're wired to do.
That's the alpha male.
But no, it's not alpha male. It's just biologically.
The beta, the sigma.
I mean, no. if you think about it, like on a biological level, like that's why we're stronger as males, because that's what we're supposed to do.
Sure.
Provide and protect. I mean, this is biological. This is not like, hey man, I'm talking about. And so, like, we're fighting.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like,
what I'm saying, it's like we're fighting against our biological nature and society. And go ahead.
No, you're good. People who consider themselves alpha males are just saying, hey, I'm just following the evolutionary or biological perspective, and I'm being the provider, I'm being the protector, I'm being this, I'm being that. And anybody who doesn't do that is a beta.
Yeah.
I don't know though, man. It's being honest with yourself. Like I was saying, I don't want kids, and I haven't necessarily found the right person, as it were. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm saying is that biologically, it is a factor. There is no denying. People are, oh, it's not a factor at all. It's a fucking factor. There's a reason why men are stronger than women, fundamentally in terms of physically. There's a fucking reason for it. Right. And it's not because of some fucking there was just it's because that's how we survived. That's how we got to the point we are at this point. Now, do we need it as much as we did before? No, but it's still there. It's not going anywhere. Right? Like that. True. That biological. So you have to take that as a factor. And in some ways, children and biological, and having, furthering the gene pool and furthering humanity and actually having kids is a biological fucking thing. It's people.
Well, sure.
So in other words, there's nothing, like we're trying to deny that, I guess. We're trying to say that, oh, no, it's not.
I don't know about denying it. I think it's just that I'm just saying it's not for me. It's not my
thing. I'm talking about society.
But putting the responsibility on everybody should want that.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you actually twisted my head a little bit, and I'm going to go somewhere where we probably shouldn't go, but I'm going to do it.
Let's go there.
lesbians tend not to like me.
Okay.
And I'm thinking because I think lesbians have gone to a different perception of the like overdoing the we're women, we're strong, we can do everything, we can do blah blah blah, which women can. I've rock climbed. I've done almost every goddamn thing I can do as a blind woman.
What you can do yourself. It's
But for some reason, I've noticed they either really want to be attached or they want nothing to do with me.
Okay, so you've had those that are drawn to you as well, then.
Yeah.
Okay,
but most of them don't like me, and I feel like it's because I'm a strong woman who is also very nurturing and able to get into that other side of things. And I don't know exactly how to proceed. And this is totally might be. This is me talking out of the line.
I'm listening. I'm loving it. Let's go for
it. So I don't know exactly what that is.
Right.
But it's a thing. Like I just don't appeal to them unless I'm appealing to them sexually, if that makes sense to you. Otherwise, I'm totally off-putting to them.
So could it be an envy thing? Maybe?
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe but yet gay men love me.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. That's
I don't know. I was just thinking about, because I'm very nurturing, but I'm also very strong, but I'm not a lesbian. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of issue, because particularly most lesbians don't like me unless they're trying to fuck me.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it used to work in like elementary school? You know, the girl that the guy liked, he would always pull her hair or do some stuff to her, kind of thing.
Oh,
so
that's
it's kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those weird things. It's like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like I don't like you because,
but I really do.
You're not on the team. You're not on. You're not gonna do anything with me. So I don't like you, but I really want to.
I really do like you. I'm obsessed with you.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm a faggot. Like the gay dudes love me, man. It's hitting on me all the time. Gay motherfuckers love me, man. They're like,
that's awesome.
They probably figure that, I don't care what hole it is, as long as it's a hole, I'll just stick it in.
Put them in the back and let the livestock.
Throw them in the back and let the gay dude fuck them.
Throw them in the back and let the lifestyle fuck them.
Oh no! Here we go.
Michael Jackson gets in it too.
Throw him in the back of the last stop, fuck him. Throw him in the back of the last stop, fuck him.
Shamon. It was Shamon. Shamon. I don't know what to tell you about your lesbian.
He made up that word.
He did. What even was that?
I don't know.
Shamon.
Was it a Shamon?
I think it was just him just riffing, but yeah,
he was riffing.
But he's copywritten that. Nobody else can say Shamon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody else can say Shamon.
You can say ShamWow, but you can't say Shamon.
ShamWow.
You could even say ShamWow.
Could you say Shamu? The whale from SeaWorld?
Yeah.
So
wow.
That's so weird.
ShamWow.
That's so weird that both of you guys, I'm gonna assume maybe that both of you guys are straight, but yet you attract.
I think so.
Well,
could it be? I'm more interested in Koala's thing, because it's like, well, is it that they're attracted to you, but they know they can't have you, so they're mad at you?
I don't know. I always felt like I repelled them unless a lot of them. That's how I felt, but I don't. That's just me experiencing my own experience. Like as far as my interaction, I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, you know what you need to do. You need to become an alpha female. take control of yourself and become alpha.
What's up, bitch?
Yeah, there you go.
You know what you do? You strap one on.
I should just strap one on over my clothing.
There you
And
go.
just go out.
Just walk with a
Go
dildo.
straight up butch and strap one on.
I'll cut my hair off,
Jeez.
and I'm just gonna.
And we're gonna play
Hey.
Walk Like a Man, Talk Like a
Hey,
Man.
Like a man.
motherfuckers. I'm your physical therapist for the day.
I'm here to be a
Lay down,
massage
bitch.
therapist.
Let's
It's the heavy
go.
metal
Tell you
massage,
what you
motherfucker.
need. Well, my shoulder hurts. No, I'll tell you.
No,
what
it's gonna
bitch.
hurt.
Lay down.
Everything else is gonna hurt worse. So your shoulder will feel better.
Fucking
Go.
pussy, tough it out. I'm not afraid I'm gonna punch you in your shoulder so you can feel more
Punch
pain.
therapy. I'm gonna take out all my aggressions against men against you.
Excuse
Matter of
me,
fact-
miss, do you need to have the strap-on dildo? Bitch! Yes.
Absolutely. In
Well,
fact,
you-
now I'm gonna put 2 on because you said something.
You know what you could do? You could rub it on their back like a rolling pin. You know, like sort of a massager. Like let me just massage you with the strapped on dick. You know?
Actually, that might help my arms. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I
give your
should.
arms a break and give your
I'm kind of like
badge a lake. I don't know.
even for the straight people. Jeannie, what are you doing?
That might be kind of interesting. Have a chick
I'm
strap one on and like
Hi, I'm
fucking.
Koala, and I'm a proponent of the dildo massage method.
Ooh,
This is the DM method. It's the,
it's called
no, no, no.
Dildasage.
no. What we,
That
what we
sounds like
got,
a group. That
no,
sounds like a-
what we got is the DNRM. Dildo neuromuscular reprogramming method.
Oh, dude. Or you know
I
what?
do DNRM. What is DNRM? Oh, you will love it.
Or it's called Dildasage. But I'm thinking that sounds like an industrial metal band, doesn't it?
No,
Like,
no.
Yo,
No, trust me.
Dildasage.
Just do a modality.
No, that sounds like some late night infomercial. Get yourself a dildasage.
Well, we'll sell it that way.
We're gonna go.
You can actually once we get
Hi,
people on,
I've been having pain in several areas for a long time.
You need
but once
the
I got the
Dildasage.
Dildasage, my pain just went away.
well, we have to get the DNRM as a thing first. as she, the spokesperson for DNRM.
Dildo
Then we have the
neural.
Dildasage.
Hi, my name is Jim Johnson. I am chairman of the DRNM, and I fully endorse the dildasage to help you get your pain under control.
Also with us is Aaron Neville, and
Uh-huh.
he pro.
I got my
I
Dildasage.
Michael McDonald's on board. We got a
Dildasage. Rub my back. It's a dildo. It went in your crack. Now I use it to rub your back.
and Michael Bolton.
We have a special presentation from Tracy Chapman. We ain't gonna dildo massage. Your room. Dildo massage. Dildo.
You know, for the lo-
reason to dildo. No, around.
Give me a reason for a dildo so I can rub your back. Give me a reason for a dildo other than shoving it in your snatch.
Talk about a dildo revolution. You got a fast dildo and a fine hand.
You've got a huge cock. Is it large enough that it can rub my back? Maybe you could shove it in my crack.
I remember when it was driving deep inside of me. I don't even know how I went. I said, ay.
Here's a scary thought.
Hi.
Here's a scary thought. Tracy Chapman's
Yes.
pussy. Like, that's one of those. That's one of those women where it's
We
like,
don't really need to think about Tracy Chapman's pussy.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of scary. It's like there's certain women
Yes,
that you're
very
like, oh,
scary.
I don't think you should have a pussy. Like Tracy Chapman. I'm trying to think of other women that I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't even want to know about you having a pussy.
Remember when he was riding?
What's her name from Golden Girls?
B. Arthur?
Yeah, the one that played Blanche. Or not Blanche. Dorothy.
No, Dorothy?
Yeah. I thought she was a guy when I first heard her. I was like,
oh yeah, yeah.
On the show?
She probably had a lovely pussy. She probably did.
You think so? I don't know about that, man. I'd be scared of that.
No, because it's so off what you would think. I bet she was awesome. I really do. I think she was amazing. I bet the one that wasn't was the one you would think is Boo, whatever her name is, who played Blanche.
Blanche? Blanche probably was a freak. I bet she's
McClanahan.
Rube McClanahan
Had a face like a garbage can.
Rube McClanahan.
She probably. I think she probably was disappointing.
You think so? Because she seemed like a freak.
I think so.
Like she would really
exactly on the show, but you got to think behind the scenes.
So maybe she sucked in bed.
Yeah.
Well, what about Sophie? Nobody ever talked about. I bet you Sophie could tear some shit up too.
I think Sophie could, but you know who I think was the hot mama of the group was Betty White.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that played Rose?
Yeah, I bet that bitch could just.
I don't know. I think she'd be a boring fuck. But
no,
that's just
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, she gets the room and change. She's like, I'm Rose. Oh yeah, I'm right.
That's the one. You got to go for Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose. I am stupid.
Rose.
Get on your goddamn knees.
And really, she's into handcuffs and ropes and ball gags and all kinds of shit.
Exactly.
It's like, I am Rose.
The quiet ones. Yeah, I bet Rose could just tear it up.
I don't know, but I'm still scared of B. Arthur's pussy. I'm sorry, that's like something out of a kid's nightmare.
I don't know. I think you're doing her an injustice.
That's worse than going to, like the first time when a kid's scared of clowns or Santa Claus or some shit like that.
Well, she was famous for a naked statue of herself or something like that. There was some. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Well, the thing is, psychologically, we have to think about this. We were 10 years old when they were like 50. So of course we look at them as like old ladies and like, how could they even be a sexual being, right?
Well, Louie, I like old ladies. I'm into older women. Everybody who knows me knows that. That ain't no secret. I didn't just divulge some fucking.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm like, yeah.
Cruise Control knows this shit. I mean, he's been
but Betty White died like what, a year and a half ago or a year ago? And she was almost 100.
Damn.
B. Arthur is probably right behind there, like 60, like 80, 90 years old, if she's even alive. I don't even know.
No, she died.
She died in 89?
99.
Oh, 99. Okay. Oh, damn. She's been dead for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now do you want to fuck her?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if you could just get a leaf blower and blow some of those maggots. Leaf blower and blow some of those maggots out of there. I bet you're all right with it.
Now we're talking about necrophilia. Now we're talking about different.
A
different bag.
If you can find a way to get some. Well, you might need to scrape them off, like the barnacles off the bottom of a boat. So if you can scrape the maggots out of her like that, it might be okay.
Well, but in fairness to you, I think what happens is no, but no, you can't. You're blind, so B. Arthur. I think you're hearing voices. You're not hearing voices. You're not,
Well, I better get some of that what's that shit? Risperdal? I better ask my doctor if that's right for me.
No, but the voice, but the voice is what you're talking about. Like, she does sound like a man. She sounds
I thought she was
totally unattractive.
Yeah, totally.
As a non-lesbian who apparently attracts or doesn't lesbians, what I will say
and for a faggot like me who doesn't has gay men hitting on them all
the
time.
you're more attracted to a certain voice, and that makes very perfect sense.
Oh yeah, but that
she actually has an extremely unattractive voice.
Oh yeah, like you can't hear that voice and go, damn, she sounds like oh Stan, what are you doing? She's always talking to her ex-husband Stan.
What's really funny though is that my grandma actually had a voice like that, and so and like half the time they would call up Like my friends would call up and be like, "Yeah, I spoke to a dude and he said this and that." I was like, "No, dude, that was my grandma."
Actually, that's funny because my grandma had a voice like that too, the one on my dad's side. And one of my buddies,
that's where your problem is.
My buddy said,
It goes deep, bro.
So my buddy called me one time, or I was talking to my buddy. He was like, "Man,
I'm writing shit down.
He goes, I called your dad's house, man, and some faggot answered the phone." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "I don't know, some fag answered the phone." I'm like, "I think you're talking about my grandma, bro."
How did that make you feel, Maxwell?
Well,
Oh dear,
it made me angry, made me upset because I'm like, that's not a dude.
Yeah.
That's my grandma. You know what I'm saying? You talking shit?
No, I'm sorry.
No, motherfucker.
Yeah, but how did it make you feel about your grandma?
Yeah.
It made me love her
Let's get
even
into
more.
that.
Like I wanted to protect
Are you
her.
sure?
I wanted to
sure?
protect
Is this making fun of therapists? Guys, I'm getting this
Of course.
I'm getting this little vibe, dude.
How did that make you feel?
My spidey sense is coming out. I'm saying they're making fun of us right now.
Hey, good for you, man. That's a good therapist. You caught on to that, man. By the way, you caught on
He's
to
good.
that.
He's good.
Damn. Ooh.
Can't get anything past him. He's
I
good.
know. Lou
He's
Loke
good.
is on the case, man.
He's like,
And I occasionally ask people, how does that make you feel? I occasionally ask people, how does that make you think? Or what do you think about that? But I don't talk with that. Oh, so
Give me
how
that
does it make
voice.
you
Like
feel?
you just
don't?
do too much.
You don't do that?
No way.
Like you just
No
I have a
way.
question for you. I have a question for you though. Please tell me that the answer is right. Okay, so that sets you up very badly.
Right?
yeah.
Tell me the answer is right.
What am I agreeing to, first of all?
Is that like,
Please
just tell me it's right.
Do you ever
all
say
the terms of the contract laid out?
no, I don't do it like that. That's not how I roll. So do you ever say, gosh, or God, that must be hard for you?
No.
Thank God. There you go. That's the right answer. You did it right.
Well, you passed the test. You passed the alpha female test.
That is the most, you passed the alpha female, because that is the
Well,
most
first of all,
bullshit answer.
Oh, she's been drinking a little bit. It's happening. It's happening.
You sound like the neighbor who's coming over to get the gato later.
Hey, officer, I'm
fine.
No, I don't.
And even in counseling classes, that's the difference between sympathy and empathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sympathy is I feel sorry for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives them a mindset of, I feel sorry for you, but there ain't shit I can do for you.
Yeah.
But empathy is I've been there kind of thing, right? Like I know what it's like.
Empathy is I kind of know what it's like, even if I don't know what it's like.
Right.
Like if somebody if somebody sees that they're, if somebody has a death in the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and death, I don't take it like everybody else. I don't cry at funerals. I don't do all that, all that stuff, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But sure enough, when my duck dog died,
Max,
you just you totally quacked, didn't you?
Oh, man.
Totally quacked.
You quacked. Oh,
so now, I mean, you know what happened. I did cry, and I know what it's like to, possibly lose something. Just different scenarios. Just because I've never been anxious or I've never had like extreme anxiety, I do know what it's like to be anxious on occasion. So I go there, I take myself there, and I say, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about here. Okay, cool. Because that whole thing about, oh, that must be so hard for you. That's totally sympathizing. It's creating a situation where it's like, You can cry and you can use me as a pillow to cry on, but I'm not going to be able to help you get out of this. You know.
Hold up. I just gotta ask.
Empathy. What are they doing back there?
Hold up. I got a question. Louie, did you belch?
Do you feel like it's extraneous though? Do you feel like it's extraneous where someone says, something horrible, and you say,
"It was a perfect belch."
Oh, that must be horrible for you. And you're like, well, yeah, that's why I'm here.
Right. No, well, see, but that's the thing. The reason why I'm there is not to say, oh, this must have been so hard for you. Exactly. The reason why I'm there is to give you tools so that the next time it happens, you can solve it yourself.
Okay, I love it. There we go. Then you have passed my alpha female exam.
So you would see him. You'd recommend him as a good counselor. If
I would, because that's why I've distrusted counselors for years, because a lot of them do what I just asked him if he did, and he doesn't do it.
Yeah,
and that's brilliant.
Nope.
Well, I had a situation years ago where I was going through some shit and I was having some anxiety and panic attack bullshit going on. And I went to this therapist and she was good. She just sat and listened. And, she even said to me, I don't see a reason for another session. I think you're just going through some stuff and you're going to work through it. You'll be fine. And I'm like, wow. And she just said, I don't see a reason for another session unless you do. And I said, no, I really don't. I feel better that we've kind of aired things out a little bit, but that was it. No, I was so talking about anxiety. I was actually, fighting with myself going, oh, no, man, I don't go to counselors. I don't need a fucking counselor. What the fuck? No, hell no, man. This, but it was bothering me. So I was like, I need to get checked out and see what's going on. Am I fucked up? So, which made me realize the power of the human brain. Like that motherfucker. That motherfucker's powerful. Like you start thinking that there's a like health problems wrong with you because of it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, the thing is too is that a lot of therapists are afraid of silence, but I'm not. I'll let you sit in that. If you want to sit in it for the whole hour, you can sit in that for the whole hour and I'll let you deal with it in the way that you want to deal with it. But the moment you start talking and, if you start talking and, telling me more about the story, I'm there,
Love
Interesting.
Love it. Yeah. Because it is oftentimes what people need. They just, they need to just, well, at least in my experience, I work with a lot of PTSD clients, and sometimes they just need to mellow into, I've got, my boss might tell me, hey, I've got this person and she's coming in and this is what we want to treat her for and blah, blah, blah. And this is what I do. And then she gets on my table and I'm thinking, no, we're going to do totally different things. We're not even going to address this injury today. We're going to address what's going on with you emotionally. We're going to just hold you, so it shifts if you can allow that silence. It's beautiful.
Wow. Yep. I don't, wow. Okay. Shit.
Damn. But that's it there. Wow.
Let's get back to being idiots.
I don't think so. Well, I think we've gone beyond that.
Yeah, I think we have gone beyond the ideogram.
No, we haven't.
Oh, we haven't. You're right. We got to get stupider. Right?
No, we could definitely get back into the life. Get back into the situation.
Okay.
By the way, Max, that burp that happened, that was me.
I thought it was Louie that did it. I was like, but it was done so perfectly. It sounded like it was
done well.
I did not mean it. I had no.
And then Cruz is gonna let me take the blame for it.
No.
But listen, it was inserted so beautifully in his conversation. It sounded like he was talking, and just when he took a breath, you belched. So it sounded like like it was you belching. It was like an inserted belch. Dude, that's like some sound man shit right there, dude. That's some sound engineer shit.
Man. We definitely orchestrated that whole thing.
That's that's the sound engineering. Cruise control should be a sound engineer. I think that would be his
yeah.
He's missing his calling. He needs to learn how to insert belches in the between conversation, to blame it on the other person and say that
to add punctuation to the
That's very good.
Add flatulation to your punctuation.
Punctuation to the narrative.
Yeah.
Add your flatulation to the narrative. Exactly.
Okay, so speaking of flatulence, have you heard any during your speeches since the last time we talked?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that. You know what? I got to tell you guys, I haven't really. No, there hasn't been. Although I haven't done a whole lot.
Still can't get people to fart.
Yeah, no. You know what? I think, like you guys said, I need to start buying Hormel chili if we do if it's ever a lunch and learn. I told you guys about the one where they
lunch
told
and
us
learn.
we had to pay for lunch.
Lunch and learn.
As they call it, a lunch and learn.
They will learn.
What a terrible name.
Lunch and
learn.
Yeah,
Who would go to that?
Oh, everybody. The
Really?
love it.
Really?
Yeah, they love
Everybody
it.
get down to the mess hall for the lunch and learn.
Hey, you know what? Any excuse to get
lunch
free
and
food,
learn.
believe me, seniors want it. And I got to tell you,
seniors love the lunch and learn.
They do, man. Anything that's free, if it's free food,
That's a great advertisement.
I love that Max is still keeping the seriousness of the conversation.
Oh yeah, because listen, man, I live it.
Want it.
I live it. I'm like, these motherfuckers, they're in the most entitled people I've ever seen in a lot of cases.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just stuck on seniors. It
ain't LOL. It's
Hey, listen,
LAL.
I have seen this is some real shit. There was we did a health fair one time, and so the woman who was putting on the health fair got a big case, a bunch of cases of water, right? This old lady runs up, grabs a case of water, the whole case of water, puts it on her walker, and starts rolling out of there. Like, I'm taking this back to my apartment. And they had to stop her. They're like, ma'am, you can't take the whole case of water. Take a water if you want, but you don't take the whole case of water. Like, that must be the depression baby mentality. Like, hey,
yeah.
I used to sleep under fucking train tracks. So, whatever we can get, like we were drinking.
Well, or dad did because yeah, exactly.
That's that depression baby mentality. Cause they are, man, I have seen some seniors, especially at health fairs. They'll come up and they'll grab they'll grab 6 or 7 brochures and you're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You don't need all that shit. Or just, we call them
for my friends.
They'll say that
for everyone else because they can't get out.
That's cruise control. That's exactly what they'll say. I'm grabbing them for my friends. They can't get out. That's. How'd you know, man?
Because they are. They're actually. I have to go out because Jenny can't get out of the bed and Jimmy can't either. And I gotta go out because I can still get out. I still do my running every day.
I'm so athletic.
Yeah, but I gotta get my stuff for them too because they can't do it for themselves. So I do it for them.
And she asked me when I get back to change your colostomy bag and take the solid pieces and make brownies out of them.
God, I almost gave you something. That worked.
Brownies out of the colostomy.
Yeah, sure. No, it's the voices. I just thought, well, I should give them something.
Oh, you could have. You could have. You can still be Helga or whatever the hell you want to be.
Helga. No, Helga's not going to give you anything. No. Helga's no.
You know what? I'm not even upset that you stole Gilda from me. It's okay. Things happen in life.
Well, let me tell you about Gilda. Gilda, when I take my Cialis, I can pipe her for the next 4 hours.
Well,
oh dear.
And then when she shoves her cane up my ass to trigger off my swollen prostate,
No.
I ejaculate into her medicine bottles so she still has some left over for when I leave.
Wow.
This is dangerous, guys.
Okay. We went there.
We're always going there. You know it. Hey, listen, I was just talking about opening somebody's colostomy bag and taking the solid pieces and making
Well, I know. That was the problem. Don't think that was normal.
It's never normal coming out of me.
Oh God. Put them in the bag of my life. We need to.
don't know what we're gonna do.
Actually, you know what? Since they all like Frank Sinatra and all those guys, Tony Bennett, you should do a
Put them in the bag
and let the livestock fuck 'em.
No, we have to come up with the right
Melody?
beat for it.
Yucky, yucky is so good for me.
It's the
Baki yaki. I love my baki yaki yaki. Oh baby baki yaki. I love my baki yaki almost as much as you.
That sounds like a Cab Calloway type.
It does kind of do. Yeah, so I got to work on it.
That almost sounds, but it sounds very soulful.
Baki yaki, baki yaki. And it's nothing like the teriyaki.
This I tell you, brother.
A Bakiyaki
is a motherfucker.
Bakiyaki.
When the cat is no wait, how do we do it? How do we do it, Dean Martin? No.
Oh, you're gonna say
never mind.
When the moon hits your eye.
Yeah, I was trying to do a Dean Martin, but nah.
Hey, so hey guys, you guys keep rolling. I gotta piss, and I'm gonna grab some more beer. You know that's the ritual that happens every time when we do one of these. So
well, we all do that.
Or you pissed when you have us on the phone. I think that's just amazing.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You know, so
I just don't care.
Let me go piss and grab some more beer so I can refuel. I'm going for reinforcements. All right. You guys talk.
Yes, okay, guys. So
how do you feel?
How do you feel? Like for
So
me,
now that Max has left the room.
Yeah, let's actually have a good conversation. Let's actually have consistent. He's gone, so all right. What do you guys really want to talk about?
Let's talk about Max.
What are we going to talk about, Max?
There's not that. Well, you know.
No, I'm kidding. There's
not that much to talk about.
I was like, let's talk about Max, baby. Let's talk
about you and me.
Let's talk about the What a shitty song that was.
That was a fucking shit song. Dude.
Totally shitty.
That was a shit song. Let's talk about thank. It was a terrible song. It really is.
But I don't think they ever actually did talk about sex. Did they?
Well, they didn't really talk about like specifics.
Like sex. Like they just said they were going to talk about sex.
It was a.
Did I miss something?
It was a gimmick song.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm on it then, because that was not. There was nothing discussed as a 13-year-old when I heard it about sex. I don't know.
I don't know if they could get away with saying stuff like penetration and
Well, right, but then why would you write that song?
Because it was the beginning of the end.
Okay, that's fair.
Of music.
That is fair. You're right. It was the beginning of the. God, that was so dire with your little sigh. Oh,
so terrible.
Music. It was terrible. The beginning of the end. No, but you're right. You're actually right. It really was. And there's nothing we can do about it. It's not a damn thing we can do about it.
I think there's things we can do about it.
What do you think?
We can give up.
Okay. Because I'm like, otherwise we can march on Washington. Nope.
Okay, Cruz, you've had enough. You've had enough.
All right, what did I miss? God damn it!
You're right. You know what? I'm
marching on Washington.
Yeah, we should march on Washington.
Oh, yeah?
We should, to protest the fucking salt and pepper song.
Oh, what song is that?
And let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex.
It doesn't talk about sex, and it's misleading. And I'm sorry, but it does not inform the youth about sex.
No, you're right. It's not a very informative song. You know, when it comes to sexual.
And it purports itself to be an informative song. So I think let's march on Washington against salt and pepper.
Dude, all right. You know what? You're right. That's let's talk about sex. And they ain't talking about sex. They say let's talk about all the good things and the bad things.
They don't talk about anything.
But they really ain't talking about shit. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can go.
We're gonna protest a 30-year-old song. That's right.
Damn right.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not going to, but I'm going to encourage them to do it. So, yeah, that's the way it's going to go.
No, I'm not.
And it's better if guys.
Just pass the buck, Koala. Pass the buck.
No.
Let somebody else.
We see what happened. Yeah, the reality.
It's better if guys do it because they have more clout.
Oh,
so if I did it,
we have male
it wouldn't work
privilege.
as well.
Oh shit.
We have male privilege, white male privilege too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
I want to, and I will support them, and I will be their press agent.
Ooh. Hey, will you be our publicist?
Yes.
Publicist?
Yes.
Yeah, like cis white male.
Yes. Exactly. So this is a really good project. I've got people lined up.
Let's hear about it. Let's hear your battle plan.
Don't worry about it.
Just go along with it.
Uh-huh.
All right, you strap that one on, and I'll go along with it. I promise.
Now, Koala, you're not going to attract any lesbians doing that.
Yeah.
I'm tired of attracting lesbians.
You might attract some dudes.
I think you're not. I think you really want to attract some lesbians.
No, I want away with the lesbians.
Ooh.
But you were, yeah.
Like show you the way? Like, I want
you
to show me the way every day.
No. I'm tired of lesbians. Look, they have to decide.
So is it
really have to decide if they're going to like me or be not nice to me.
See, I think you.
I'm
seeing shit here. Okay.
You know, because I don't care for lesbians.
Well, maybe that's part of the reason they don't like you. I don't like you dykes. Well, okay, fuck you. We don't like you either.
No, that came off totally wrong.
They don't like you. Well, I think the feeling might be mutual.
No, but then why do they keep
Would you
trying
care to elaborate, Koala?
Yeah.
I'd like more elaboration on that.
Yeah. Well, I have no problem with them. I misspoke. I don't have a problem with lesbians. I just don't like them to not like me because I don't
you
understand.
want them to like you. And I want you to want me too.
Oh my God. There's no way I can get out of this.
Want you to want me too.
No,
just like I want you.
Hey, it's not like you're running for president. You don't have to be
well, you
on
could
one
run
side
for
or
president.
another.
I mean, look what we got now. Shit.
I know, right?
No, look,
let's try to shit yourself a little more, okay?
Hang on. I had to take a drink.
Okay.
Here's the deal. I don't know why they don't like me, and so that just came out.
Well,
But
I mean, should it matter? I mean,
it seems to be a population of people who don't like me, or they want to fuck me, and I just don't get it. So I'm not a lesbian, but I don't want them to dislike me.
Okay, but
you
that's
can't have
more
it
like
both ways.
that's more like people pleasing mentality.
No,
Like,
no,
who
no,
has
no,
to come
no.
kicking by everybody.
Oh shit.
No, it's not people pleasing. It's basically like if you're a person that I like, and you're a nice person, I like you.
Okay.
Right.
But I don't like this. It seems to be a population of people that are antagonistic. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, do they actively try to start shit with you? Like, let's go. You know,
When I go to work, there are people that will go to somebody else, which is fine, but most of my clients are really, really professional.
okay.
And then when I have people that have gone to the other person or the other, people, they can be really bitchy, and it's always the lesbians. And
Well, maybe you count yourself lucky.
Well, right. I don't know if it's like a problem there but it's always the lesbians.
Huh. Interesting.
Always the lesbians.
Well, if it's any consolation, I find sometimes gay men tend to be very smug, very condescending to me sometimes. Like, oh, well, I
think
told
that
you
you could
that.
you could try to pull this, Koala. You can stop caring, and usually when you stop caring, that's when it all works its way out.
And it'll be late. It'll be raining Lesbos for you.
That is true. That is true. No. Well,
I mean, when you used to, I don't know, I don't know what your status is right now, but like when I used to date, if I was constantly looking for a girl, I would
you never met anybody,
find
did you? Yep.
Never. And then when I was like, oh, I'm just hanging out with the boys, I don't really care what's going on, it doesn't really matter, then some girl would come up to me and be like, hey, how are you? I'm like, whoa, what?
Yep.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Hey, and I can second.
That happens like 9 times out of 10.
I can second and third that shit because, or like work, same thing with me. There was a point where I couldn't find work, and I'm like, fuck, man, nobody wants to hire me. So I was like, all right, fuck it, man. You know what? I'm just giving up on work, on looking for a job. Fuck it, I don't care anymore. And then the job I have now kind of crept up. Well, not the job that I have now, but the organization that I work for, an opportunity came up. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? So, and I wasn't looking, I gave up. So yeah, sometimes when you give up, maybe that's the way it is. If you don't give it that much attention, maybe it'll,
no, I'm trying not to. It's just, I thought it was interesting.
I don't know. I mean, it's just, trying to think if there's.
And I will give up. I will give up. I would give up on.
I think it's more interesting that you're putting so much focus on it. Like,
I'm wondering about that too.
lesbian, and it's like if you actually just take your mind away from that just for a little bit, maybe it'll work its way out.
Right.
I think it bothers me that the fact that, not that they're attracted to me, but the fact that when I'm not, it's such a negative thing. And that's where I am. But I will.
Well, some people don't like blind people.
That's true.
That's true.
Some people don't like blind people, right?
Yeah, there are some people that don't like, or they're bothered by us. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
right.
It bothers me.
And what do we say to them?
Nothing.
What do we say to them? Do we say that we want to please them or we want them to like us?
We don't give a fuck about them.
Move on.
Yes.
Right?
Well, no. I'm not bothered by them, but I think the fact is that they're bothered by the rejection. That
okay. So maybe
is different for me.
So maybe they're feeling rejected right away, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, damn, I don't know what to tell you there. I mean, obviously you're not into women, so
no, I just got to let it go. I mean, and that's fine.
Yeah, you're just a lesnit.
lesned. Yeah, they want you but can't have you.
I mean, I don't dislike them. I mean, they're nice people.
But you're a lesbian.
It's strange that. So here's the deal. What I've noticed, and in the therapy world, with women, it's offensive if you reject them.
Oh, yes,
or
it
if
is.
you reject their lifestyle,
or just reject women in general. Because you guys.
No, if you reject their lifestyle as a therapist, I've seen this where that is not reject their lifestyle, but like I don't care what you do, but if you're not one of the team, or if you how do I even put it? It gets really convoluted, where my wife sees you, I see you, blah blah blah. The lesbian world in massage therapy is amazing. It's so, a lot of massage therapists are lesbians, and a lot of
I've seen that actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, my friend, remember Tiger Cruise Control?
Yep. Yeah.
She was a lesbian. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but one of the things you can't do is irritate somebody on that team. And when you do, it creates an issue.
So
where I just sort of soldiered back into my my athlete persona and where I am, and I'm just like, I'll get away with that,
So wait, are these women massage therapists or are they clients?
They're clients, but they're leaving bad reviews. They're being really, not nice. So
wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what it might. Yeah. See, we can sit here and psychoanalyze it all night, I guess. But okay, like me, how I say I'm a faggot because gay dudes like embrace me. They want to be around me. They want to. I had a guy one time. It's like, what sign are you? I'm like, I'm a Virgo. He's like, I'm Taurus. We're very compatible. Can I have your phone number? I'm like, no, homie, because I'm not gay. But they appreciate it, homie. But so it seems like gay dudes want to embrace, where gay women want to push away. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like they want to fight what they want to fuck.
Well, I think if they know you don't want to do that, that's what it is.
I mean, yeah, I better, you know what? I'm going to have to consult, and I'm not trying to be funny here, but I'm going to have to do a little more research, I think.
Let's consult for the next show. But anyway,
wow,
we can move off topic, but
that was quite the topic. That was, and it's probably what do you guys think? Good way to close it down?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's about that time.
What do you think, Lulo? Same thing? Where the hell did he go? Oh,
he left.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. I was like, this motherfucker, he passed out, didn't he?
I passed out on my.
It was that ginger ale
mixed drink.
Yeah, dude, that spice,
Sprite.
Winter spice, cranberry,
Sprite.
whatever the hell it was.
Sprite. It was a Sprite.
Well,
it did me in.
In that case, fuck sandwiches. I think we should probably wrap this up, eh?
Sounds like a plan.
Well, yeah. Well, in that note, this has been the drink wrap where we've consolidated two.
Drunken Sacred Drink Wrap with
yes. And I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And I am Cruise Control.
and she is Koala, and I'm Louie.
There you go. That's the
story there.
Bitches. Later.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.